I back off on some of those when not when I get bored with them, but when something else gets my attention more, I'll
Yeah.
go with that. So I didn't play drums for maybe a decade, and I loved playing drums when I came back to it. Whereas if I'd stuck to it and hung in there and done all the right, I would just be this boring, let's talk about drums.
Yeah.
No. If everywhere I went since I was 9, I had a pair of drumsticks, people would just start avoiding me. Oh, God. But because I've got so many different things, nobody ever knows what I'm going to pull out.
Most people think a book succeeds when it sells copies. Now, Martin Atkins, he sees it differently. Like a lot of life, actually. He believes his book is really an ambassador. It travels ahead of you, and it creates opportunities, conversations, and new ways for people to enter your work. In this conversation, Martin, who is literally a true punk rock superstar drummer, he talks about building a creative life without waiting for permission, making multiple things instead of over-strategizing over a single one thing, and turning unusual ideals into memorable experiences. If you're building a book, and you love rock stars who have not given up the rock star mentality despite kind of building a life outside of it, you will love this conversation. Martin is amazing, and he'll help you think about how to see something bigger and what the work can actually do. Your book, Band Smart and Tour Smart, really have been very different approaches. Maybe it'd be great to hear you talk a little about your process of music, books, what you've learned about doing them, and how they've been a powerful tool out there.
You might set out to do a book thinking, okay, the cost of the book is this, we'll sell it for this, therefore my profit is that. The profit in a book is actually, although I sold a ton, it's actually in the reach. It's almost like the book is an ambassador for you.
We chatted a little bit briefly. You talked about how the process of making music and the process of making books, there were some things that kind of reminded you of those two pieces a little bit together. You know, as someone who's been in the studio making music here, what was some of the similarities about those things and maybe the differences?
Well, I tell artists all the time, and they hate it. They absolutely hate it. You want to make 10 great songs? Yes, we do. All right, well, write 30. And we'll throw 10 away. We'll record 20. We'll mix 15, and we're at 600 pages. They're like, oh no, just that idea. I think I was also conscious and unconscious at the same time of my audience. So I'm like ADD. I can't look at 600 pages of print, and so my books are heavily graphic. With as much humor as I can put into them.
You describe yourself as kind of a multipreneur. You're like, whenever I find an opportunity, I just run after it here.
I'm not strategizing. Since I was 9, I had a pair of drumsticks. People would just start avoiding me. Oh, God. But because I've got so many different things, nobody ever knows what I'm going to pull.
With a lot of authors, we help, really encourage them to build their audience and stuff like that. Figure out ways to keep them entertained, which I think is sort of your mission.
Right. And if you're selling the thing, you're kind of screwed, right? So it's like, what the hell's going on with this stuff? Well, that's the shirt I wore on the ministry tour. What? Yeah, I was one of the drummers on the okay. And it's a way in, like the It socks you're talking about. So I'm sure there's pictures of someone like crossing their legs with F you, I've got my socks.
Yeah.
What socks? I love the socks. That's the guitarist. And that's me looking so bored with being on American Bandstand. What an asshole punk. I played on an absolute ton of albums. So I played with Public Image Limited, Killing Joke Ministry, 9 Inch Nails. I'm on the Grammy Award-winning Wish. I mean, I had like a whole video. And I'm the music industry coordinator at Millikan University in Decatur. The people from Dark Matter Coffee are crazy entrepreneurs who release vinyl. They have collaborations with Kirk Hammett from Metallica, the band Mastodon, Three Floyds. And I go there not just to pick up bags of coffee, but to get like a creative entrepreneurial vibe from them. And when the lockdown happened, March 2020, I went up there and I kind of freaked out. They have 107 employees and they were shut down. All of the restaurants that they service with their coffee were shut down. Jesse, the owner of Dark Matter, said, yeah, we're sitting here with fucking 50,000 bags, 50,000 pounds of coffee, and we need money. So I put $100 into their employee fund, which is about the limit of what a father of four can randomly put into somebody's GoFundMe. I have a screen printing room in the back here, and I got these brown paper bags from a supplier, and I created, instead of get the fuck out of bed coffee, I created stay the fuck inside bags, and I signed them because I'm like an artist. I take them 100 of these bags, which they pair with a bag of my get the fuck out of bed, and they put it online, and they sold 300 combinations in 10 days at $50 each. That's $15,000. So it's like creativity, right? Absolutely rocks. So then we created a stay the fuck inside t-shirt, a stay the fuck inside button from a local supplier. And we start this, we want some money to do stuff with. So I take these same bags, instead of giving them to Dark Matter to put coffee in, we put a shirt in each bag. And we do something that Radiohead did with In Rainbows or whenever it was 10 years ago. You can choose one, large, small, medium, extra large, 2X. There's a button. There was a note I put a hand signed note in every bag. And we just said to people, look, anything you give us over 8, we're going to put in this pool to do stuff with. And it's the same thing in the $8 bagger as there is in the 108. We're choosing the font for our proposal to get a grant. It's like, yeah, fuck that. I'm punk, right? We just did it. So now we'll get back to this force multiplier. So I saw Smalls Bar in Hamtramck, just outside of Detroit. They're doing a golden ticket. They're doing all kinds of hustles to keep their place open. So we created a customized shirt for them that says Smalls Bar Hamtramck. It says stay the fuck inside. We send them 20 shirts and the bags and the buttons. They throw in 4 drinks tickets, sell those for $45 a piece. Now that's $900, and my cost was $130. He puts these objects back on eBay and sells them for $8,000. So part of what I've been doing, and it's changed a bit recently, but one of the things I've been doing was like trying to have people understand that stories, it's not like, oh, that's a nice story. Yeah.
Authors in this program are all going to like put out a book out there. And, when we have them do their book out there, they sell it for enough money to cover their costs and that kind of things behind it. Authors are like, but this might be more expensive than other books. Why are they going to buy it? And I always tell them, they're not buying the book, they're buying you.
I started to do free workshops online, and I showed people, look, I'm going to show you how to print this bag. One more stories, right? At the end of a week, as you can imagine, when you're able to help people a lot with a small amount of money and a bit of effort, it's difficult to stop helping. This is used sailcloth because they're down by the bay in Brooklyn. It's a growler bag, and people buy this for $75. You can go like this and print a coffee bag or a growler bag, or you could print the front cover of your book or an insert to your book. It's bound with a limited edition print, whatever, right? I can encourage the people who are selling. Thanks a lot. I can help the people who are struggling by posting through my social media. We're selling our double live album, and we had a synchronous auction running alongside the event. We raised $4,800 from the auction, and I think a few $1,000s for venues. Noon Chorus, the tickets did okay from this as well. But one of the things that fueled the auction, I just want to make this point, is being unnecessary. So you could say it's not necessary for my band to have 5 drummers. Me and Danny Carey's probably enough. But here's something else that's unnecessary. You see all the scenery? Our scenery goes 40, 50 feet high. We even screen print the skirts that go around the drum risers. It's totally unnecessary. It's overkill, except when you cut up the drum skirts and sell them as part of the auction. We sold the mirror ball that's by my cymbals that I punch. and we even stencil and splatter paint drum heads. So for most bands, drum heads are an equipment expense. For my band Pigface,
what platforms or channels or outlets, so how are you actually selling your stuff, your merchandise?
so I have martinatkins.com, but I also have a Big Cartel, Martin Atkins at bigcartel.com, and I use that. I'm on Twitter. I have maybe 6 Facebook situations going on. Martin Atkins, the person, Martin Atkins, the brand, Tour Smart, my band Pigface. On Instagram, I am, talk about brand consistency, I am Flowers Fight for Sunshine on Instagram. And I kind of just bounce around from all of those. Sometimes I'll promote stuff with a link and be really fastidious about that.